Good morning, everybody. How's it going? My name's Marcus. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a day in the life video. Sorry about the casting of the shadows and whatnot. Today's going to be a day in the life video. Got some coffee. Got to get these items right here down to the car. These are going to be the items that get listed next today. 50 items, 55 items a day now. This is new inventory. This is new inventory. This is a bucket that was in my trunk because I got the world's smallest car. Then I could not fit all the stuff that I bought in Tennessee with my girlfriend in my car if I would have had that bucket in there. So gotta take one of these boxes to my girl. She sold some Christmas villages, like the I don't know exactly what the word for these things are. It's like the ceramic villages that, you know, you sit on your mantle, your fireplace, your end tables. She sold 2 of those and needs a box big enough for them, so perfect box right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these boxes right here loaded up into the car and hit the storage. I've got 28 orders going out today, maybe 27. I sold one more overnight, so it's at like 31 right now, something like that. But 28 of them need to go out, so I got a lot of orders to pack. Then I got to get these items listed. So rock with me, guys. Stay with me today, and we'll see what's in store. I got this card from the Let's Do Lunch podcast, which if you guys don't know, it's Angie Resells, Kristen the World Squirrel, and Rachel Strickland. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one out there that got one of these. It's pretty cool though that they sent one. I can only imagine how many of these they actually sent out, but they sent them out to their subscribers, I guess. So thank you guys. Merry Christmas. I really appreciate the postcard. Okay guys, I got the inventory that was right there loaded up into the car. This is a half box, so there's no need for me to take this to the storage unit yet, because I'd have to add this stuff, or you know, at least some of these items to this box before it makes logical sense. Now this is something I want to talk to you guys about. It's a Carhartt jacket, guys. This is a vintage Carhartt jacket. I sold this thing a really long time ago. It's super distressed. I got this at the bins in a video earlier in the year. I sold this thing pretty much immediately for like $100, but the guy said that the sleeves have been cut, and he's right, because there's no snaps on the end of the jacket anymore. I got to get the thing relisted and provide measurements for it in the sleeve. It's for a bigger size. I think I had it listed as like an extra large to 2XL, but I don't want to get a return on it again because, like I said, I sold it for a lot of money. It's vintage. It sold for like $100 pretty much immediately. So since it's, you know, got issues with it, I've been putting it off to get it relisted. But I think it's time that I go ahead and pull the plug on it and just provide accurate measurements in the listing and do my best to provide a good shopping experience as if the buyer was there to try it on, because that's a decent chunk of money sitting right there. $100 Detroit Carhartt jacket will sell quickly, especially this time of year when it's cold outside and these things are moving off the shelf. So that's going to be on the agenda today, is to get that item relisted. Like I said, I sold that thing like 6-8 months ago, man, and here I am just sitting on a $100 bill like it doesn't even matter. So game plan today is to get that thing listed. I always forget to turn my coffee pot off, guys. Turn your coffee pot off. Make sure you don't burn your house down. All right, so I'm on my way to my girlfriend's house real quick, which is not far. She literally lives in that apartment complex right next door to me. So I'm gonna go drop this box off to her, then we're gonna go pull these orders. So the beautiful part of bringing you guys along with me on this whole YouTube journey is you guys get to see the progress, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, but you also get to see the growth. So with that being said, I do have an announcement to make. So a lot of you guys may be aware of the fact that right now I have 2 storage units. I have this one that I'm in with my shoes, my desk where I do all my shipping from, more shoes, and the newest addition of the shelving unit in here. But I've got overflow of shoes everywhere because I used to have all my shoes in this storage unit. And then across here is where I keep the bulk of my clothes, minus the newest listings right there. But so as you can see, I have this pile of stuff here, just kind of empty totes, old inventory, big coats and stuff like that go in here, all my hats, and more inventory right here that is the original listings before I started over with the SKU system. So this tote right here, the blue one, and then all three of these totes are closed. They're only about a half or a third of the way filled. I could really consolidate them all into one, honestly, but then I'd have to dig through a bunch of piles of clothes. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So with these two units being, especially this one is really cramped with me trying to do my shipping in there. So since I have these two units pretty much fully occupied, minus that shelf over there, which will get filled within the next couple of weeks, I noticed that this storage unit is open, and as you see, there's a lock on it. So I'm the new owner of another storage unit, the third storage unit. This one is about the same size as this one over here, which, mind you guys, I never got proper measurements on what these units are. I just know they're $70 a piece. I believe it's like 15 by 15. Maybe it's not, I don't know. I never measured, but these shelves right there are like 72 inches. I don't know how long this one is, so it's probably not that big, but it works for me. So the third storage unit is going to get all this overspill stuff. It's going to just go in here, and for the time being, this will just be where I do like bulk buys and stuff like that. Anything that I need to get out of the way of in these two storage units to make me some space, that's where that will go. And it's super convenient because it's literally right next door to my other units that I already have. So this little corner over here, these three units are all mine for my eBay business. So I'm growing, and it's really convenient that everything is in the same building, because that was my fear as I started closing in on running out of space in here, was that I was going to have to get a third unit in a different space. It would have been so much more of a pain in the butt to drive to this unit from my house to a third place just to get all my shipping done. So the even better news is that while I have these three to hold me over, he's building more storage units. That's a storage unit right there, and then at this line right there is another storage unit. But he's going to build this all the way out to here with more storage units in the near future. So the even better part for all of this is that I don't have to move anytime soon. While I'm maxing out the storage units that I do have, hopefully he gets started on construction on these new units soon, so that way I can probably stay here for years to come, you know what I mean, until it just makes feasible sense for me to obviously upgrade to a warehouse of my own. But I'm excited that I don't have to move anytime soon, and I could just continue to grow, because that's one of the biggest things in this business, guys, is if you do list a lot of items, you will run out of space, especially because if you're not at reseller nirvana where you're listing the same amount and selling the same amount a day, you're gonna grow regardless. It's just natural. So right now I list 55 a day. I only launch 35 of those a day. So that's 30 listings a day going into my storage unit that are not selling, if that makes sense. 25 a day, they get sold. Out of 55 they get listed, so that's 30 sitting in the storage unit, building my store up to, I think I'm at like 4,300 items right now, somewhere around there. So I'm doing pretty good, but I am growing and I am running out of space, so it is time to level up. Okay, I got the storage unit swept out. What's really great about this is that I get to move all these things that are taking up space in my other two units to this unit. What sucks about this is I sold the shoe shelves that I had all my shoes on. These types of shelves right here, I sold them because I didn't plan on this unit becoming open as soon as it did. all these units are utilized except for that last one that's owned by the landlord. So I didn't expect for a unit to come open as quick as it did, but now it did, and I don't have I don't have any shoe shelves to put my shoes on, so they're gonna stay in these totes for the time being. However, these shoes right here did sell. Remember I told you guys these weren't listed. They were just sitting on my shelf, taking up space, not being listed by some default or another. eBay did not relist them when the order got canceled. So if you guys are not going through your listings, making sure that everything is listed in your inventory, you probably got a few items that are not listed, because I know out of 150 pairs of shoes, I found 3 that weren't listed, and I didn't even check all of them yet. So I'm just wondering how many more items out of all these thousands of clothes are not actually listed either. But let's go ahead and get these orders pulled, guys. All right, so we have a total of 30 going out, 27 that need to go out right now, and 5 offers that I'm available to send. So I'm gonna go ahead and send the 5 offers real fast. Let's see what we got here. $100 of potential profit or potential sales, but I'm gonna send 25 or 22% off offers. So let's go ahead and get those sent, and then we will pull orders. So it says for the 30 orders, we got a total of $680 in sales. But like I said, I'm not going to ship all 30 of those. So we'll just knock off a few dollars for the sales that are that sold today. So let's just go ahead and start pulling. First up are going to be these grips that I was telling you guys about. They sold for $30 plus shipping. So that's crazy, man. Just a $30 bill just sitting there, just chilling, that I thought was listed, but it wasn't listed. We got a few hats going out, so I got to come to the hat bin. Let me pull these, and I'll show them to you guys. So hey, let's go, baby. One of the things that I'm noticing is that it's taking me entirely too long to find my hats, because I have so many hats in this one bin that I have to dig through them all to find the 2 hats that sold. So what I'm thinking about doing, guys, is taking a page out of Tekken Sports' notebook, where he separates his hats by the sports team, not sports, but the leagues. So like NFL, MLB, you know, things like that. So probably what I'm going to do is put all, because I got like a boatload of camouflage hats and random hats. This is like University of Florida. Then I got Callaway hats, some type of baseball hat, NASA hat. So I got like sports hats, camo hats, Harley hats, polo hats, Nike hats, you know, things that are all different types of hats. I'm probably going to separate them into like baseball hats, football hats, and then like the remaining hats in another tote, since I have these extra totes here and I got the extra space now. So that way it'll be easier for me to find my orders, pull my orders, at least in the hat category, since I don't plan on stopping selling hats anytime soon. So this Arizona Sun Devils hat sold for $21. I got this in a bulk buyout. And this Primo's hunting hat sold for, let's see what it sold for. Best offer on 15. So it sold for $10. So $10 on that. And then I also have this Columbia hat to go out, which, let me verify the size. Columbia beanie, large, extra large. So I got these as well from my twin brother, works at a thrift store. Got these Columbia hats. They're all new with tags, MSRP at $25, but I've been selling them for around like 12 bucks. This one sold for 12 bucks too. And I'm pretty much out. I think I got like I got 2 left, and there was like 12 of them to begin with. So I paid $1 each. So pretty good overall. Decent amount of profit made off of these hats alone. Like I said, I paid $1 a piece for them. So 3 hat sales going out. Okay. So the next item we got going out is a pair of Old Navy jeans. We got $15.72. Old Navy jeans sold for $12.44. I'm always surprised when I get like an over $8 sales price on Old Navy. These jeans right here are called Frame, or maybe it's like Frame or something, and it's French because like in the title it's like Heritage El Home. I don't know, man. I don't want to sound stupid because I don't know French, but they're Redford jeans, and these are jeans that I picked up at the Goodwill bins. I touched them. They felt like quality. The material doesn't feel like Old Navy jeans, for instance. So I looked them up, and they had pretty good sales prices, like $60, something like that. I had these listed for a little while, so they did take a bit to sell. But I took a best offer last night of $31 on them, so still a decent sales price for me. $31 is way above the average amount that I sell stuff for, so definitely glad to get that. Wrangler camouflage jeans sold for $15. So this Hollister hoodie is just a solid hoodie for $11. So this vintage Exhilaration brand, it's a lamb's wool sweater, new with tags. I got this in the bulk buyout of all that faded blurry stuff that I've been selling. This sold for $20. So this didn't sell for as much as I thought it would. I had originally predicted that I would sell this for about like $19 or something like that based off the comps at the time. However, this did have a stain on it that I was not able to get out. So I ended up selling it for just $10 plus shipping. So it is what it is. So these Old Navy pajama pants, they're like Fair Isle with polar bears and Christmas trees on them. It's the season, you know what I mean? These sold for $15 on a 22% off offer. So I had them probably listed for about like 18, but still pretty good sales price. Target shirt, this is my third one to sell this week. This one sold for $10. Not like a lot of money. It is Massimo brand, so you know, Target exclusive. These things do sell, although like I said, it's not going to sell for a bunch of money. You're not going to get rich off of it, but employee shirts from most places that I've picked up do sell fairly well. And by well, I mean quickly. You're not going to get rich off them. You're not going to get rich off them, but if you get them from the bins, it's worth grabbing. Tuna Skin brand, like moisture wicking fishing shirt for a woman. This sold for $8. Columbia fleece jacket sold for $20. Columbia is one of those things, man. It's hit or miss. I sold one yesterday and I sold one today, and then I sold those beanies. So it's like it'll sell, right? But sometimes it won't sell at all. Sometimes it'll sell quickly. Sometimes it'll sell for $10. Sometimes it'll sell for 20. So I don't know, man. It's something that I pick up. It's not something that I'm ever thrilled to pick up, but I do pick it up because it helps me sell things. Although, you know, sometimes, like I said, it might take forever, but it will sell eventually. Notre Dame shirt sold for $8. Prana sweater sold for $19.50. I did have this listed a little bit higher, but in the attempt to get things rolling, I sent 30% offer out, maybe. I don't really remember, but I know I sent an aggressive offer and it worked because the buyer accepted. AGB brand sweater. This is like a cardigan with like floral button front. Sold for $9. Not a lot of money. I had never heard of this brand, but in attempts to get my 275 items that I need to list a week, I picked it up, and surprisingly it sold like within the week. So I guess that's a dub. Not really, maybe, I don't know. Women's Ralph Lauren like long sleeve t-shirt sold for $11.70. Kyodan, I don't know how you pronounce it. I'd never heard of this brand either. It's just a pullover, sold for $10. I also picked this item up on the same day that I picked up that sweater in attempts to expand my brand knowledge and get my 275 items. I did take a best offer on that. I had it listed for like $20. Somebody sent me a $10 offer, and I'm just like, whatever, man. Let's go ahead and do it. Next item is $79.70. This is a pair of Levi's jeans, Levi's 505, nothing special. Sold for $20. I had them listed for $25. The guy sent me an offer. I accepted, but his thing is he's going to be out of town on the 13th, so he wants these to arrive by the 12th. Today is the 7th, I believe. Yep, today's the 7th. So with priority mail packages, They tend to go out, and you know, I do 1-day handling, so it's going to go out the next day, which is today. They take about 2 to 3 days to arrive, so fair to say that the guy will receive his package in enough time. So you know, just make sure you're doing what you can to keep your buyers happy though. Vineyard Vine shirt sold for $5. This item right here is a Smokey the Bear t-shirt, but what's cool about it is it's made by Chaco. I don't think you guys can, let me see if you see the label right there. Chaco makes like sandals and stuff like that for, you know, outdoor things, hiking and whatnot. So I guess it's only fitting that they make a shirt about Smokey the Bear preventing forest fires and wildfires and stuff like that, because if you're going to be out in nature with your Chacos on, you're going to want to take care of nature. Surprised at the sales price of this, because it's a t-shirt, right? But it sold for $20. That was with 22% off. Yep, 22% off. So I had it listed for probably like $25 or something like that. And just really happy to get that sales price out of it. I don't think if it wasn't by Chaco that it would have gone for as much. But I did miss my opportunity to test that theory, because I did pass up on a Smokey the Bear t-shirt at the bins just on Monday. However, last week I sold a Smokey the Bear hat for like $20 too. So maybe Smokey the Bear is desirable. Who knows? I'll start picking it up more often, and then I'll report back to you guys on how it does for me. Another pair of 505 sold for $23. This pair did. So I was selling my 505s for like $15, like $10-15 faithfully. Then I realized that I was tripping. So I raised the price on them to $25. Now that doesn't mean that I still don't sell them for $10 to $15. But now with me raising the price to $25, I'm getting more offers in the $20 range than I ever had before. So maybe me raising the price to more of a perceived market value has allowed me to receive more reasonable offers, especially with lowballing the way that it's going these days. So I'm just kind of glad that I'm seeing positive results with this experiment. Got a Bray Wyatt, I guess that's his name, Bray Wyatt wrestling shirt, sold for $10. Wrangler rigs. These are like ripstop, like canvas, like work pants. If you guys watched the live stream that I did last night, I used Wrangler as an example of knowing which items in a certain brand will sell for decent money. The Wrangler Rigs workwear is one of the items that will sell for pretty good money. These were super stained and distressed and like well worked in, so they only sold for $18.75, but that's still a pretty good sales price for something that sells at Walmart. Okay, this Harley shirt sold for $10.50. I had it listed for $15. I just picked this up on Monday when I went to the bins and got it listed. No, I picked that up last Monday when I went to the bins. Sorry guys, but I just listed it yesterday, 2 days ago maybe, and it sold already. It did sell on a best offer. I didn't list it for very much because it's stained on the sleeve and there's no size tag on it either. So still just glad to see it go. Last item is going to be a pair of shoes. These are the last item to go out. They're a pair of Nike Downshifter 7s. Older model. They sold for $10. They do have like fingernail polish on them and just some stains on the toe box that I wasn't able to get out. I did accept an offer of $10 to get things moving because I did not have the storage unit, the new storage unit yet. So I didn't know that I was going to be running into more space to be able to store more shoes. However, I still just kind of want these things gone and out of the way. Shoes do have a good ROI, but I absolutely do not enjoy cleaning shoes. So if I got to put in work on them, like these Brooks, I bought these this way. I didn't have to do anything to these. So if I can get all shoes like this, I would never stop selling shoes. But if I always have to clean the shoes and put work in on them, it doesn't make much sense for me to waste a lot of time cleaning shoes. So from here moving forward, I'm only picking up shoes that are in pristine condition. I don't really care how much they net. I don't want to clean not one more shoe ever again. So it's just a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So we're gonna go ahead and get these items packed. These are all the items going out. I think I said 27 items. So let's go ahead and get these things packed, guys. So one of the things that I do while I ship orders, which probably isn't necessarily the greatest of times to do it, is watch YouTube, or rather listen to YouTube. But this video is from Kay over at Passports and Pizza Pies. What made me click on it is because she mentioned me in the video, and I got a notification that she did so. Not that I wouldn't have watched one of her videos anyway, but the reason why I clicked on the video is because I got a notification that I was mentioned. So I checked it out to see what was going on. But she's mentioned 22 YouTubers that she's watching in 2022 for a Vlogmas video. I say all that to say, check your girl out, man. Give Kay a follow. I've been following Kay for a year now, and I love her videos. So maybe you guys should check it out too. All right, guys, storage units are locked up and ready to go. And here are my 2 bags of orders, getting ready to go drop these off at the post office. One of the things that I'm noticing is that the post office ain't as busy this time of year as it has been last year, or as it was last year. I spoke about this last night on my live stream, but I just went and dropped off my orders and literally just walked right in and gave my packages right to the mail lady. Normally, you know, last year around this time, I'd have to stand like halfway through the post office in a line waiting to drop my packages off. So maybe people aren't shipping as many things because, number one, they're not selling as many things, or, you know, I don't know, because I live in a small town. I don't know how many people are actually eBay sellers. I do see a lot of boxes with eBay tape on them, but maybe it's just a sign of the times, man. People don't have enough money to be shipping gifts out, or it's just too early in the month to tell, but I feel like it's down. So I don't know how it's been for you guys. I don't do a package pickup. I drop my packages off. So the least amount of time that I could spend in the post office matters to me. So I'm noticing that I'm in and out pretty quick. All right, everybody, we're back at the house now. Gonna take me a lunch break real fast. It is about 12:30 now, so I'm gonna take me a lunch break, probably find something that isn't too distracting, because as soon as I finish eating, I'm gonna jump right into taking photos for eBay. And while I love watching, while I love watching content while I take my photos, it can be super distracting. And with me taking sets of photos, 55 sets of photos, I need that process to go as fast as possible. So the least distracting of whatever it is that I'm watching, the better. Preferably a podcast type of content, or, you know, something along those lines that is just listenable to where I don't have to look at the screen. But yeah, we're going to hop into some food real fast and then get these photos taken. So what comes first, guys? The chicken or the egg? Age-old question. So I'm getting ready to whip up a chicken and egg omelet. I know it's like a, you know, weird thing to have like 2 types of chicken in one, but hey, it is what it is what it is. I'm sauteing up this chicken here. Then I'm gonna make me some whip up some eggs. I buy the liquid egg whites because eggs are stupid expensive right now. Like, I eat a lot of eggs, right? The 48 count eggs that I've been used to buying for $5.57 now cost $17. So it's crazy, guys. So I keep these for my pastor. I buy eggs from him. He raises chickens. So therefore he gets free eggs. So I buy the eggs from him whenever I can. They're a lot cheaper than me going to the store and buying them. However, I don't have any of those right now. So Pastor Chad, if you got some eggs, I need you, homie. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and whip this up real quick, and I'll get back to you guys in a minute. And boom, there we have it. Got some little hot sauce on there. It ain't like no Good Game Grabs meal that he made for Zesty, but it'll definitely do, man. Hit the spot. Lots of protein for the gains. And yeah, man, lots of protein for the gains, and that'll do it for me. All right, guys, meal is complete. I think that took 21 minutes exactly. Time to get these photos taken. Okay, guys, I got 55 items laid out right here. And since this jacket is technically going to be a relist, I'm not counting this towards my daily listing goal. So I'm technically doing 56 today. So the goal is to take photos of this jacket, but then also include measurements of the actual sleeve length. So that way the buyer knows that the sleeves is not what it's supposed to be. And just trying to make that abundantly clear in the listing. And I have to remember to actually message the future buyer of this jacket to verify that they check the measurements on that. But that's how I'm going to handle this listing right here. And hopefully this sell will stick when it gets sold again. Might take a little bit longer to sell than the instantaneous sell I got out of it the first time, with the sleeves being the way that they are. The chances of two people fitting this jacket the way that the original owner had it is very, very slim. So decreases the value significantly. I sold it for $100 the first go round. Definitely not going to be able to sell it for $100 this time. Probably going to cut that down to about 75 and just test the market out and feel what happens with it, guys. All right, guys, I want to show you these. These are Gore-Tex Bass Pro Shops bids, right? I picked these up just based off the fact that right now Bass Pro Shops is trending. It's cool in pop culture for kids to wear Bass Pro Shops items. They're definitely rocking the Bass Pro Shops hats. So every time I get those sell for about 20 bucks, 25 bucks sometimes. But since it's popular and Gore-Tex is a huge thing, because I heard somewhere that it's no longer produced, that may or may not be true. But if that's a consensus, if people think that, then that gives it more value. So I just grabbed these just because of those two factors alone. The third factor that made me pick these up are fishing is a big thing, right? People love fishing. Most fishing stuff has great resale value, clothing wise at least. So I just grabbed it based on those three factors. Didn't look it up, didn't bother to even check sell-through rate or comps or none of that stuff. So I just checked it now for the video's sake. And guys, I'm super duper, come on phone. And I'm super shocked at what I found, right? So let me just show you some, the sell-through rate. So there's four listed, right? 18 sold. These exact ones right here sold for $89. A purple pair sold for 58 bucks. If they were these right here, if they were these with this 100 mile per hour embroidery on the leg with the pockets, they'd go for, they sold these for a best offer at 200. So, but I'm seeing a lot of 120, 120. But another pair of these exact green ones sold for $75. So be on the lookout for this Bass Pro Shops Gore-Tex stuff. Here's another pair sold for $80, $79. So a pretty good find just based off of experience of learning what brands and items inside of those brands sell for good money. Just those two brands alone, Bass Pro Shop and Gore-Tex, together is an awesome collaboration. But if it was the ones with that 100 mile per hour on there, I just want you guys out there to be aware of it, to be looking for it if you see it. It's not something you're probably going to run across very often, but someone out there will see this video and will be able to apply that information. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Back to the photos. Alright guys, so excuse the podcast going on. Like I said, I'm in the Reseller Nirvana group and they're recording the podcast right now. They do this every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. But anyway, I'm listing 35 of my 124 drafts that I got going. And pretty much all I do is just highlight all the listings that I'm gonna send live, and then I press the resume drafts button right here, and it'll bring up the bulk editor. So what I do from here is I just select all of the items and I bulk edit to make sure that all my promoted listings are active. I promote at a single rate of 10% per listing store wide, and then I will make sure that all of my listings are set to accept or to require immediate payment. However, that does not always result in an immediate payment sale, because as you guys know, or a lot of you know, I have a boatload of waiting for payments all the time. So after all those changes are made, I will submit the 35 listings, make sure there are no fees associated with listing those items, and boom, total estimated fees are $0, because I didn't have to pay anything, because I get so many free listings a month due to the 10,000 free listings that come with my store subscription. So with that being said, the remaining leftover amount of drafts are 89. And I think I've listed, it's 504 now, and I started listing, sorry about that. It's 504 now, and I started listing at 340-ish, somewhere around there. So I've done 26 listings, I think, so far in this time. So I still got about 29 to go. So we're going to try and smash the rest of these as fast as possible. All right, everyone, it is currently 6:25. I've got 7 listings left. But I got to be at church at 7 o'clock because I run a men's life group every Wednesday night at 7, and I still haven't eaten anything. So I'm going to put a pause for the cause, eat some. All right, guys, what's up? I'm back. My battery died on me on the last clip, so I ended up leaving, going to my life group that I ran. Then I went to the gym, and that got me thinking, right? You know, fitness and eBay are a lot alike in a few ways, and I'm going to tell you how. So for me, fitness is a passion of mine. I've been doing it for a couple years. But you don't start lifting weights, right, on the first day and all of a sudden you're swole. You don't just get big overnight. On a weight loss journey, you don't lose all the weight and hit your target goal overnight. It takes consistency. It takes showing up. It takes doing the work. It takes eating the right foods. It takes lifting heavy weight to get into the shape that you're trying to get into, right? Just like with eBay, you don't list one item on eBay and become a millionaire immediately. It doesn't happen like that. You don't list 10 items on eBay and start selling all 10 items daily on the first day of eBay. So I say all that to say consistency is everything, right? You got to get up. You got to do the work. You got to list the items on eBay. You can't just expect full-time results with part-time effort. They said on the podcast earlier that you can't get a full-time salary off a 2-hour effort. You know what I mean? Unless you're putting up 100-something items in 2 hours, you're not going to get a full-time salary out of that. You're going to get part-time results. So for me, what I do is what works for me to get the results that I'm looking for. And I'm trying to scale, you know what I mean? So for those of you out there that want to reach a certain goal, I suggest, you just get up there, you do the work, you try as hard as you can. You don't take no for an answer. No excuses, just do the work. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, guys. It's been kind of a long video. I do apologize for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got some value. If you did, consider subscribing. Join the Discord, the Good Pickings Discord, link in the description below. That's gonna do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. But until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.